Hey everybody, this is HD. Welcome back, and it is time for the IdrA broadcast. This is going to be a pro game broadcast, obviously, because IdrA is a pro gamer, and of course his new clan, EG, or gaming pro gaming team, I should say. He just joined that about a few months ago, also standing for Evil Geniuses, and his opponent is going to be Namcir, which is going to be the blue Terran player up here at the top right. And already we have a little bit of trash talking to start the game off. Namcir here saying that this map, not the best map for Terran versus Zerg, and I do have to agree for that, because obviously there are two doors here. There's the back door rocks right here, and then you have the front entrance. And whenever a Zerg player has the option of going through door A or door B, the Terran player is not a very happy Terran. You usually only want to confine the Zerg to one opening, and when you have an opening at the front and then an opening at the back, it just becomes kind of a hassle to deal with if you're Terran. So I do agree, this is not the best Terran versus Zerg map. And obviously, Namcir is playing against one of the best Zerg players in the world, IdrA. I'm a huge fan of IdrA, obviously, because I'm a Zerg player, and I try to emulate IdrA because he's kind of like the Blob when he plays. He's like the big blob. He just absorbs attack after attack and grows stronger and stronger and stronger, and eventually in the late game he's like the big unstoppable Hulk Hogan, and he just like goes out and just crushes everything in his path. So that's the one thing that I really like about IdrA. He's able to deal with offense very easily, and he kind of builds up, and I'd expect to see him do it the same this game, but it looks like he's not. He's actually going for 13 gas, 13 pool, which is very, very strange. IdrA usually goes for 14 hatch, and he really prefers his economy openings. But it looks like this game he's going to be going for a very early gas opening, which means he is going to get that early speed, and or maybe just early roaches. So this is kind of interesting from IdrA, opting to not go for the hatchery first, and it looks like he is going to be saving up his minerals. So he's just going to get the early either Roach Warren or the early speed upgrade, and then he's going to get his hatchery down. Obviously, I guess he's a little worried about the possibility of an early marine attack, but not going to be the case this game for IdrA. Because it looks like the Terran player did open up pretty standard. As you guys can see on the production tab, he is getting orbital command, and he's getting gas and everything at a very standard timing. So, as you guys all know, fan favorite IdrA versus Namcir. Namcir, not a player that I'm too well aware of, and it looks like Namcir here is going to be going for a factory right after the barracks. And note, he's placed the two buildings right next to each other. So usually when a Terran player does this, it's a good sign that they're going to go for reactored Hellions, because the barracks would then build the reactor. Then you're going to see the factory swap with the barracks, and then you're going to see some Hellions coming out early on. And IdrA should have scouted that out with his drone. So IdrA should know right now that there is going to be some reactored Hellions coming out in the early game, and I'd expect to see him get a Roach Warren down just to play it safe. And we're going to go ahead and switch over to IdrA's player camera view. It looks like he's just worried about the main and the natural, making sure his rally points are good. He picks off the SCV at the center of the map with his 4 Zerglings. And it looks like here we have the factory switch onto the reactor core. And oh, look at this! A double starport opening for Namcir. Wow, he's going to be opening up with 2 starports this game. And this is actually a very, very powerful build. Do note that he's got all his SCVs on gas. I believe I did this build order on one of my daily ladder videos. This is the early reactored Hellions into Banshees, and what you want to do is you want to use the Hellions to scare the Zerg player into thinking that it's going to be a lot of ground forces. You force the Zerg to get roaches, you force the Zerg to get spine crawlers and speedlings, and then you come right into his face with a 2-port Banshee, and that is really, really difficult to deal with. So this is a very powerful opening for Namcir. IdrA right now has no idea this is coming. If you guys see on his mini-map vision, he doesn't even have an Overlord in range, so he doesn't see the 2 starports, and right now he has to deal with these 2 Hellions. Ooh, wow, this could be bad. Two Banshees now on the way on the production tab. It looks like IdrA completely focused right now on dealing with these 2 Hellions, and the Hellions really not even daring to run into the main, just here to scare IdrA into building extra lings, extra roaches. See how IdrA right now is getting, actually, I think that's 6 or 8 roaches. My eyes are not as good as they once were. But he is building, there we go, 7 roaches. So, oh, IdrA is going to be completely caught off guard if he doesn't get an extra queen right now. he is not going to be able to deal with the Banshees. Note how we actually have Cloak on the way. No, Cloak was just canceled. Yeah, I was going to say you don't really need Cloak. It's actually preferable just to get a bunch of Banshees at this point in the game. IdrA right now actually pushing forward with a ton of Roaches. So we actually may be seeing some kind of a base race situation here. IdrA coming out to the front with about 7 Roaches or so. He's going to be able to pick off a couple Hellions. And I think, I don't know, I don't think IdrA is going to be equipped to deal with the Banshees as they're coming in from the north. And see right here, Namcir now saying, okay, you're going to come into my base with a bunch of Roaches. I'm going to fortify the front with a bunch of fodder buildings. And hello, Banshees, you're in your face. IdrA loses one of his queens. Namcir pulling back the Banshee that's weakened. Oh, that Banshee has 5 hit points, and it is going to be able to get away. IdrA now in a lot of trouble. And, oh, Namcir is just buying time by building those buildings at the front. And you gotta remember that there are more Banshees on the way, and of course, Roaches cannot shoot air. And there we go, the extra Banshees have arrived. IdrA is in a lot of trouble. I think that he is gonna lose this game. And IdrA now saying, hey, if you go 2 Starport Banshee every game, you can't really complain about having door A and door B when you go air. It's pretty much door everywhere. So IdrA is going to lose this game. Namcir takes it away very quickly, and that was a bit quicker than I had hoped for. But I'm going to be, of course, casting more games in the near future. IdrA, our favorite player of all time, and of course my idol, playing quite well, but unfortunately getting caught off guard by the build order that I actually featured in one of my daily ladders. The early reactored Hellions into 2 Starport Banshee. Very, very difficult to deal with, but a nice play nonetheless by Namcir. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this broadcast. HD, signing out.